plastic top or the square one with the red top. Either one of those, I think one's more your. All right.
Are the notes, is the note stock this one?
Why don't you take a look? And if it is, then we will know that.
Well, it's got one date on it, November 21st, 2022.
Probably the answer to that is yes, because we met in November. We did meet sometime in January, but I bet that we did not have notes.
Okay. All right. So we'll take
chat. There it is. Okay. So yes, that would probably be a good thing to have up there in the chat. We got a couple things going on. Number one, Lansing, Michigan contacted us, and we're going to be doing a half-day Zoom training with about 12 to 18 of their teachers. And they're going to be in the elementary kind of level. But at any rate, so that's going on, and Kate's going to handle that. So I will follow up with an email as soon as I get done here, Kate,
okay.
and say, I understand that Kate's reached out to you. Is there anything else I can do to facilitate? Something like that.
Yep. And I had requested in my email to them, which you have it because I know I CC'd you on it.
Right.
I included, a calendar link that they could, book some time so that I can get a better understanding of who they are before we ever do the training.
Very good. Very good. But that's one that's come across. The training stuff has slowed down significantly now that we've kind of gone back to normal after COVID, which is not all bad in my opinion, because it's interesting to see what flip is looking like in a post-COVID world, where people had the overload and so many examples of things being done not exactly awesome. And so how do we get more best practice in the process? So that's one of the trainings that we have, is this Lansing one coming up.
Do we have existing decks or anything that the FLN has done in the past? Like branded stuff?
I have my own that I've done that I'd be happy to share with you, and you can steal whatever you want.
I mean, because I have stuff too that I've done. I just didn't know if we had something that was like FLN.
We don't have any stock. We don't have any stock usage, So, and this is also the challenge, because like all the training I did early COVID is going to look different than what I would do now. Not that the big stuff changes, but there's a lot of, there's just, it was, hey, everybody's got to go do this, everybody, and we were getting to the least common denominator. Now we're back to who wants to do this really well with best practice. That's kind of where we're at now, I think. So that's coming up. Anybody else have anything before I monopolize?
I just remembered that somebody sent me a message request on Facebook asking, they're from Finland, and said they've built this platform for flipping and stuff. And if they were asking if is there any way to link in with the FLN in some way. They sent that message on February 5th, and it came in as a message request, so you don't really see it necessarily right away. So I'll put a picture of that into our message thread in Twitter so you can see it. Is this everybody? Just trying to see if this is a good place to put it. Yeah, I can probably put this in here. And then we can sort of say, like, what do you like? He sent a link to an online kind of place where they have, I don't know, some sort of platform they've set up, but I haven't checked it out yet because, busy.
Yeah.
So,
was it a personal thing, or was it a?
I mean, it came from a person.
But did it go to your personal account, or did
it went to my personal account? Yeah. So
okay.
I wonder if he just sent that to me, or if he sent it to others amongst us, or because he mentioned Flip Learning Network.
Yeah, I don't
Interesting.
see anything in the group, in the Facebook group. So
Mhm.
Well, and it's even more interesting because Joy, I mean, I touched base with you on this, I think last week, but like, we don't even, I think, have your bio up on the board page.
Yeah, I know.
And does Ken have that bio information?
No, it's because I have dropped the ball on that.
Oh,
So
hey, no, that is, you
Yeah.
first of all, you don't get any blame for dropping the ball. It's
Okay.
only if I drop the ball does somebody get blamed. So
Okay.
no, that is fine. We just want to make
Yeah.
sure you feel respected, included, etc.
Yeah.
And if you get that to Ken, we'll get it put up there.
Okay.
yeah, Carolina's on there, Lisa's on there, Dave's still on there. Probably should update my picture. That was from like 2013.
You know
I
what?
don't know why I look like that anymore.
We're
I don't
forever
know about
young.
you guys, but 2013 me is probably a better version of me anyway. So I'm okay with that.
That's when I started flipping.
Oh, I gotta update my bio because yeah, I'll have to send you an updated bio too. Okay.
Well, you know, if you send that to Ken, oh, if Carolina was talking, yeah. But you have to send that to Ken because Ken will get that sorted.
Okay.
We also need it from, well, Angela, but we've already addressed that. So glad you brought the bio thing up. As far as tying in with FLN as a product, I think what we do is we look at it the same way we look at book widgets. We say, okay, first of all, there's not going to be money changing hands. We would be open to having a moderated post or something that one of us would either A, write up, or B, like if Joy wrote a review of this product. You know what I mean? I think that would be very much within our use case. Or if we chose to do an interview or something with them. Does that make sense? So Amber, that's what I'm looking for. That would be where I would probably go. I wouldn't promise anybody anything, you know, but I think we could do a showcase or review of a product with the understanding that we are neither endorsing nor not endorsing. We're just saying, hey, this is what this looks like.
Right. So nobody else got a contact from him, right? Just me. Okay. That's interesting. Okay.
Hey, Kate, do you have the name of the lady in Lansing? I am drawing a blank. And I've been doing such a good job of filing my email, I can't find it. So
Amber Lee.
Amber Lee.
Yeah, I'll forward it to you again, so it's just top of your
Yes.
inbox. mmore.richland.edu@gmail.
That's why I'm under the wrong Gmail. All right, good, perfect. That's perfect.
So I just forwarded it to you, so you got it again.
Perfect. So I will update that. So updating bios, check. Lansing, Michigan, check. Kate and Book Widgets, give us kind of a update on how are we doing? Are we getting some traction? Are you seeing any cross-pollination?
So it's hard for me to be able to, I'm not able to track like where we get new users from, you know, to know like what, you know, oh, they read this blog post and then they went to Book Widgets, or they came from Facebook and they went to Book Widgets. I can say that our views on the blog posts about it have grown steadily, which makes me happy. And there's been, you know, good feedback in that regard, but like there hasn't been a lot of engagement, let's say on social posts or on the blog itself, of like people leaving comments and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that's, I just kind of feel like that's just how things are nowadays. But
well, and kind of where we're at right now in the cycle. I don't know about South America, but I know for us, we're in lap 3 of 4. You know,
Right.
we're all grinding away, but there's no light at the end of the tunnel yet. So I'm as cranky at my fellow staff members as I am at the students right now for the bad attitudes, you know. So that's just kind of where it's at.
And we're getting
I'm trying
decent.
to be really happy.
I know. Try not to be spammy and to like shove book widgets down their throat. But so far things are going well. Has it gone like viral like Chat GPT? No. Definitely not. But we also have a contest going on for like who can make the best video quiz, and then your school would win free teacher licenses. So I might post that if with permission.
Yeah,
I can
no,
post that
right.
contest post in the FLN group.
Yep. And also, if you write something small up, we can put it out on the website because A, it's content. B, it goes out to the mailing list as well.
Cool. Perfect. Yeah, that's been very helpful. So thank you for that cross promotion. I think my bosses are happy with that partnership. Just again, it would be nice if things went viral, but we're not Chat GPT.
Yeah. Speaking of the devil, Carolina, Chat GPT, is this thing blowing up among all of your constituents as well?
Yeah, it's funny how we are having conversations in every classroom. Everybody's talking about its impact on education. Should we use it? Should we not use it? Funny thing, yesterday I was listening to a podcast by a priest. Like, he was a former Catholic priest. He abandoned priesthood, and he is a pretty popular figure. He goes on TV, he talks about values and stuff like that. And he was talking about it. So like, what? He normally talks about marriage and about couples and things, and now he's talking about ChatGPT and education, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's not as, I mean, I've seen on Twitter like the explosion there because of schools and regulations and prohibitions and all that. But yeah, here it's starting to get like a lot of promotion. So yeah, definitely that was a bomb.
Now, as a guy in math land, okay, this affects me somewhat less because we have had photo math and all of the automated math, algebra programs, etc., for a long time. And if teachers haven't figured out that kids are using that to do their homework at this point, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? And the sad thing is we still have math people that just hold on to this idea of, no, we have to have tests this way and we have to do homework this way. And that's basically the conversation I'm hearing around the Chat GPT, is the history teachers and the English teachers losing their minds because how do we assess? How do we stop cheating? And the answer is, well, you assess different.
Don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
but you know, trying to tell that to people is unique. But it is interesting. It is interesting to see how it's going to flow. Let's see here. What else do we have? The only other thing I really have is John Bergman. Has he contacted any of you guys?
not directly.
Not directly. Okay. So I did a meeting with John, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, something like that. He and Aaron are updating their original book. And so he interviewed me to be part of a case study or something, to be part of the book. Okay, cool. Great. Always happy to, you know. And it's interesting because in one of my previous things I wrote for Kate, I put, you know, FLGI, great resource as well, John Bergman, blah, blah, blah. And he wanted me to make sure that I understood he's no longer associated with FLGI.
Oh.
Yeah, those are the eyes I had. Yeah.
I did not know that.
So, I mean, he said his stuff is still out there as part of the classes and things, which I don't even know if we're still getting money from them or not. But you know, and it's great, good folks. He's just going kind of in a different direction kind of thing. I don't know. And I thought it was also interesting. He's working with Aaron again, which I thought was a nice thing.
That is nice.
Yeah, I thought it was very nice. So, and again, he reached out to me, which never had, the only trouble I had was with Errol, not with John, you know. And so it's been an interesting thing. So hopefully maybe some doors will open and new winds will blow in positive directions. I guess that's what I'm hoping, you know, because it's always nice to have more connections, not less, you know.
Mhm.
So but I
So is
thought,
FLGI still a thing? Like, are they?
yeah, in fact, because I keep getting stuff from Errol about them promoting new conferences and new this and new that. And I only don't block him so I can see what, because they're still using that old list way back from the Colorado State list plus the early FLN list, you know. I'm
Mhm.
sure they're still using that list for mailings. But I thought that's interesting, but you know, always want to be positive. And Big Tent, always a big fan of Big Tent. So didn't know if anybody had heard from that.
I saw his post with the like Google form to fill out, and then I mean, I got slammed with stuff with my dad that I was like, I'll have to do this later. And then I got like in my own head of like, oh my God, I need to write something coherent. Oh, I'm not very coherent at the moment. Maybe I should get ChatGPT to write me something.
Let's just check for its accuracy, make sure it doesn't
Oh.
lie to you.
Oh, I know.
And it
I've
knows
been
what
playing
year
enough
it
of
is. So yeah.
So I guess his wife is no longer working for them too?
I don't know.
Ooh.
No idea.
Well, he's
'Cause-
teaching again. He's in
Yeah,
Texas.
Yeah. We talked a lot. And this, okay, I don't know why I brought this up, because this was the other conversation I had, because every time I have a conversation with John, it always brings up, you know, makes me think like, because of course I was giving my story and then where am I at now and what do I believe now? And the answer to that is I need to get some of these things in blog post, because learning process blogs are just as good as finished process blogs, you know. But he and I, it was interesting because he and I we were going back and forth with a give and take on where Flip is right now and what parts do we keep and what parts do we don't. And it was just a very nice conversation and something I need to kind of put in blog form. So, but again, it's like everybody else. I also got to do my job and then do, you know, take care of my kids and take care of my, you know, and not be sick for a week and a half, you know. So, but if anybody has opportunities or finds interesting things, by all means, pass them along. Is there anything else that anybody can think of?
Just in terms of like social media stuff, I haven't seen a whole lot that needed to be put out there, but if there's anything that you ever want Instagrammed or whatever, just, you know, nudge me and I'll get something going. But I think it's felt very quiet lately.
I think everybody is tired and head down doing their jobs right now.
Yeah. Volunteer network. Yeah.
That's exactly it. There's Ken again. All right. Before we go, first of all, if you have anything else, by all means, speak up. But before we go, give me one positive professional thing that's happening for you right now. And surviving counts.
I can tell you one. I got a new course. I'm working at a new university now.
Where at?
The biggest and best university in the country. So that's actually nice. And I'm teaching a course for graduate students, like an English course for graduate students. So
nice.
That's cool.
That is a really big deal to be able to teach the people that are the most talented at this, the most. Yeah, that is really awesome.
Yeah. So
That's wonderful, Carolina.
That's
What's the subject matter? It's not English as a
English it's called IPD, English for Doctoral Students, and so they are doing their doctorates in engineering, literature, law, whatever, and they are learning how to write academic articles, and I'm teaching that. So, yeah.
Oh, fun. If you need any tools, I can help you out with a tool.
Like, okay, gotcha.
I was going to say, nice shirt, Kate. Yeah.
Thanks.
Sure, yeah. Thank you.
So this is like
Yeah,
my office wear
I
now.
actually took note of the video quiz thing, just to, yeah, I took note of that, and I'll go check it out, because they also, part of my course is to help them with the language that they need to use in conferences. Like whenever they go to a conference, like that networking language they need. So making videos helps a lot. Recording things and answering questions on that. So I'll take a look at it.
No, and seriously, go create an account. I actually have a video that I just made that walks you through the whole account creation process. Let me get that for you. And then you let me know, because then I can go in and extend your trial very easily.
Ooh,
I would do that for you.
thank you. That's nice. That's always nice. Thank you.
Yeah, let me grab that right now.
That is really awesome, Carolina. Good, excellent job. Way to go.
Thank you. And thank you for asking. I wanted to share. Thanks.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Yes, exactly. All right. So, somebody else give me something awesome. I need something awesome in my day.
Thank you,
Welcome to
Kate.
book widgets and this video lesson.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Here's
It's already
Kate.
open. Thank you.
I'm like, I'm hearing Kate's voice, but her mouth isn't moving. What's going on?
I know.
So in our system, we teach 3 out of 4 periods. So each period is an hour and 15 minutes. And I have 2 sections of my favorite course back to back in the afternoon. And unlike when I taught it in semester 1 to a totally different batch of students, these kids actually seem to know what they're doing. Or at least it's a much better vibe than I had in semester 1. So I'm having a lot of fun with that class. I have a teacher performance appraisal to do this semester. We're supposed to have them every 5 years. My last one was in 2009. So they're catching up. Yeah.
So
but
this is where you are being observed, right? Or
I'm
like
being observed.
okay.
Yes, I am being evaluated. And so the person doing mine this time, there's one vice principal who retired, who people had to do like months of work to get ready for this thing with her. The person who's doing mine is very laid back, and I'm looking forward to just getting it done and not having to stress too much about it. So that's yay for the lazy way. I mean, not, yeah. Of course, we're all growing, right?
What it means is you've been given a task that is right-sized to the time you have.
Exactly.
And so that is a nice blessing.
It is a blessing. Yes, absolutely.
Really
I will
thing.
take it.
Great.
Yes.
That is awesome. Kate, give me something good.
So after, my dad's accident in October, he finally came home this past Saturday. Wow. So he's home on his own now, and we still have stuff to go do, but he's marked independent by all the powers that be, which is good. And then my girls finished a good swim season. It was the first time both of them were on the same team, and my very reluctant freshman didn't want to do it at all, and she actually liked it.
Nice. It's always nice.
And then work's good. Work's been good. So
that's good. That's good. For us, speaking of big professional moves, my wife made a big professional move in October, and it has just been a very positive thing. It's been the stress has come down, the expectations are after, and after a long time at a place, you're hesitant to leave and there's a sadness, but we're in a good place. So that's a positive. And so again, check clears every 2 weeks. It's the right size check. And I mean, it can always be bigger, but it pays the bills. And so what else do you want in life? And we're all broadly happy, and we're just enjoying my son's final semester in high school, and he's already chosen where he's going and he's on his way. So, and he will get his associate's degree from the community college the day he graduates high school. So both of those things will happen on the same day. So that's a big achievement for him. So in an education household, that's a nice thing to say. So those are my wins. Well, guys, unless you have anything else, take your wins, be grateful, be kind, and be gracious. Those are the kind, gracious, and grateful have been my prayer for the last couple of years, because those are all the things I need to work on. So, but if you guys could do that, that'd be great. And we'll probably go April, honestly. That's probably the
Okay.
next time we'll go.
Did we want to do anything with the Facebook Lives? I know we were toying with that.
I would like to, but right now I'm promising no one anything.
Okay.
You know, I'm focusing on right sizing my time, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I think the energy's at a bit of a lull right now, and we need to regroup.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gear up for spring.
That's
Got
it.
it.
Ground.
Or,
Yeah.
or do something in the summer, because hopefully people will start to, unlike previous summers, hopefully this summer people will start looking around again. If
Right.
nothing
Or
else,
maybe internally in the spring, start talking
yeah.
about what to get set up for the
Yes.
summer.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, and I will
Thank you,
send
Kate,
this
for
out
that.
to
Thank you.
Okay.
Lisa, Ken, and Angela, and Katie.
Yep.
All right.
Right.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.